Magandang
Yun na.
good afternoon, MPC. We have Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Spokesperson, Secretary Salvador Panelo.
Good afternoon, MPC.
Question?
Virus-free afternoon.
Okay. Virgil Joseph.
Hi, sir. Clarify lang. So, the president will push through with his visit to Boracay on Thursday.
Yes, there's a scheduled event of distribution of land certificates on Thursday afternoon.
Tapos, sir, will he go around the Boracay? Or
No, I don't think he will go around. After the event, there is another event in the evening.
Saan, sir? Sa Boracay din?
London. One of the hotels, I think, to meet with some tourists or what. Guest of Secretary Bernard.
Okay.
Joseph.
Sir, I understand this is being done ostensibly to promote tourism because I think the tourist spots in the country have been badly affected.
Not necessarily. That's why what he said yesterday was, I'm going there to distribute certificates.
Will the president's movement be limited given what, although kahit sinabi niya na medyo hindi niya gusto yung sa PSG na,
Then you have the answer.
I mean, will he be limited, the movement?
Even if you limit him, he doesn't want to be limited.
Sir, yun pong DOT is trying to promote mga domestic tourism. First off, given what had happened, yung mga local transmissions, no? Ano po yung talk to the public now? Ano po yung dapat advice sa kanila? Should they be going about town, go around, or maybe just stay at home?
Well, as the DOH says, stay indoors would be the ideal. Avoid crowds. If it's not that important or urgent, then we should stay at home. Those who want to travel abroad, if it's not really that important, I think I understand that there have been many. In fact, some of my friends texted me that they're canceling their flights to Europe, US, Japan, Korea. That's a good decision. Anyway, this is just temporary.
Sir, just to continue your sentence, those who are planning to go abroad, better that they cancel?
Well, the prudent thing to do is to reset whatever problems you have in mind. If it's not that important, if it's a matter of life and death, then
Sir, yun nasa tourism, no? What are you going to do about yung effect ng COVID sa mga tourist spot natin? Because especially it's going to be summer na in the next few months and baka natatakot yung mga tao to travel. So, first question is, how are you going to help the tourism industry?
tourism industry all over the world will be affected. So we have to brace ourselves for that. Whether we like it or not, there will be business losses. And we should brave ourselves for that.
Would you advise people to travel during the summer?
Come again?
Would you advise the public to travel during the summer?
That's for them to decide. But the prudent thing, as the OH says and the World Health Organization, is to stay put.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. We would like to acknowledge the presence of Yusek Rocky. Question MPC, Jingy.
Hi, sir. Sir, si Congressman Salceda po, he is insisting to implement the 7-day lockdown. And then sa Senate interview kay Senator Bongo kahapon, parang it seems na parang sinusuportahan niya at baka maibulong daw niya sa presidente. Nagkita sila kagabi. Anong take ng presidente dito, sir? At
Oh,
kung
di ba,
naibulong nga
you
ba?
heard him during the meeting. He said it's not the time yet. He hopes and pray that it will not come a
Kasi, sa-
situation where we will be forced to lock down.
kasi parang contention yata ni Congressman Salceda is bakit daw kailangang sundin yung policy. Eh parang hindi na daw
Di
dapat
ba may
hintayin.
response sa presidente yun? It's not that, but you have to weigh things. Sabi niya, di ba? You were listening to him.
Okay,
You already
sir.
responded to that.
Sir, one thing, doon sa no-touch policy ng Pangulo, sa Pangulo actually,
He won't
kasama
follow it. He did not follow it.
I did not. Kasi kahit
Yes.
sa cabinet ba, sir, sa cabinet members niya, ano yung protocol na ang pinapasunod sa inyo, sir? Kasi
Wala.
he's like
He
doing
keeps on
his
shaking
thing.
the hands of members of
Yes.
the cabinet. Di ba?
So hindi kayo kasali.
Ano na?
Hindi kayo, sir, kasali doon sa no-touch policy sa presidente.
Hindi kasali. Pero how can you stop the president from shaking your hands?
Yeah, yun nga. So malalagay siya sa alanganin, sir, if in case gagawin niya in public.
Wala namang kay presidente, di ba? If it's my time now, it's my time. Goodbye. Hindi ba ganyan? Palagi sagot niya.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jinky. MPC, question? Other matters? Tricia. Mike, please.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Sir, after the press con last night, there were mixed reactions all over social media. Many saying that after the press briefing, they were not somehow satisfied. They
Well-
were looking for assurance from the president, and they didn't get it from the press conference last night. Your reaction to this, sir?
They were not assured of what?
They were not assured of some sort of security, or they were not appeased, or they didn't feel that the government was ready, or at least that the government can
That
address
means
the problem.
they were not listening to the president. The president was very clear with respect to money that is needed to be used for containing this disease. We have the money. With respect to protocols, we have the protocols. You know, I think it's more a community cooperation and self-help. We have to do our part. We cannot be insisting on traveling when it is not the right time to travel.
MPC, question? No more? Henry.
You must remember that China now has a dramatically decreased number of confirmed cases. And others, I think. But in Italy, it's worse. There is a nationwide lockdown. But according to Secretary Duque, it's hilaw because everybody can still travel from one place to another in Italy. Baka yung lockdown nila, no in, no out sa Italy mismo.
Henry.
Ganun din yun. Kasi the purpose of the lockdown is to contain you precisely in your places. Pero kung nakakalabas ka pa rin, pupunta sa kabila, hindi nga naman lockdown yun.
Sa clarification lang yung declaration ni Presidente kagabi na walang pasok from
Yes, up to Saturday.
up to Saturday. Yung mga bata, sabi niya, kailangan kung hindi papasok at dahil nga walang klase naman,
Sa bahay lang.
magstay sa bahay.
Yes.
Kung makikita ba sa labas ng bahay, ano ang instruction? Tama ba yung narinig namin sa mga barangay chairman, sa mga...
Papauwiin.
ano to, huhulihin ba sila? Ikukulong sa barangay hall?
Hindi,
Ano gagawin?
Sasabihin, umuwi na kayo. No,
Kung
they
ayaw-
will,
O yun, kung hindi raw susunod.
hindi tatawagan mo, parents, itong mga anak mo. Di ba?
Oo. Yun ay kung mga... Kung yun ay kung minor de edad, ano?
Ah,
Pero kung mga edad 18 na yan, college students na yan, paano gagawin dyan?
aba,
Kung ayaw sumunod.
you know, basta ginagawa ng pamahalaan dapat natin gawin. Pero kung you're doing your own, at your own risk ka. Kung ayaw mong papigil. Alam
Okay.
naman natin, kalad ka rin yun.
Okay. So malinaw na instruction ng Presidente, habang walang pasok, manatili ang mga estudyante sa loob ng bahay. Tama
No.
po ba?
Siguro what the malls and the movie houses should do is not to allow those students. Di ba? They should also cooperate.
Oh. Is that the appeal of the President, the office of the President, or
No, I'm
your office?
appealing to them.
Okay. As a spokesperson, Secretary.
Yes, kasi nga kailangan tayo magtulungan. All of us should do something. We should be creative.
Mhm. So yung mga mall owners, movie houses owners, dapat
Eh,
wag tatanggapin yung mga estudyante
If I were
manonood ng sine.
they should not allow or discourage them from entering the malls or movie houses para sa kapakanan nila yun.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Aryan, in connection with Henry's follow-up, Aryan.
So sir, hindi lang naman po kasi malls and movie houses yung public places. Are you
Gatherings.
appealing to all establishments na offer ng public service na wag mo nang payagan yung mga
Basta
bata?
mga crowded areas, wala muna nilang
This is an official appeal, sir.
discourage the students from the very purpose nga of suspension is for you to stay indoors.
And sir, what happens to these malls kung nagpapapasok pa rin sila ng mga bata?
Diba, ano magagawa natin? I mean, it's, ano lang naman yung atin eh. Baka gusto nila lang.
Appeal lang, sir.
Kasi pag nakapasok na, nagkaroon pa ng infection, di lalo nang problema sila.
Okay, so sir, hindi magiging liable itong mga establishments
Hindi
na to?
naman, nakikiusap lang nga tayo.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
MPC, doon muna tayo sa, sa mga estudyante. Follow-up, Pia.
Sir,
After Chona.
sir, follow-up lang. So ano yung legal basis ng policemen and barangay officials dun sa pagpapauwi sa mga bata? Sasabihin lang nila dahil sinabi
wala
ng
na.
presidente, verbal order?
O hindi ba, we are in a state of national health emergency. In other words, there is a crisis. O, bakit tayo gumagawa? For public safety. Di ba? Inisa-isa ni public safety, public interest, general welfare. That would be your basis.
So there's no need to issue a formal or
Yun na nga
written
yun eh.
one.
That's the proclamation that goes with it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Salamat, Chona. Pia.
Sir, ano yung guidance ng palasyo sa public? Kasi marami yung umaalma doon sa advice na social distancing, lalo na dito sa Metro Manila. Lalo na daw yung mga, lalo na kami mga mahihirap sa MRT.
Ikaw, ang
Kami po
bigay
sa
ng...
MPC, sir, yung mga nag-MRT, siksika na doon.
Ah.
So, paano yun, sir? Paano gagawin yung social distancing? Kung hindi naman mapipigilan talaga, sir, na makipagsiksikan sa mga matataong lugar.
Yun namang sa atin eh, suggestion lamang for their own safety. Di ba?
Kasi yung sinasabi nila, yung mga advice daw po ng gobyerno ay para lang sa mga mayayaman, doesn't really apply doon sa mga nagko-commute, for example. So,
Ang balita ko eh, kukunti nagbabiyahe ngayon. Totoo ba? Wala daw traffic.
may trabaho pa rin kasi, sir.
Pero yun ang naririnig ko. Ako maiksi lang yung kaya hindi ko napapansin.
Salamat, Pia. Follow-up, Joyce. Doon pa rin.
Sir, yung appeal nyo for malls and movie houses, was it discussed during the meeting last night? Kasi
No.
sayang yung opportunity na nandun na rin yung mga mayors.
Hindi,
Was it
hindi na
discussed?
discussion.
Meron po bang specific directives, Sir President Duterte, to LGU leaders during the meeting?
They should help kasi nasa proclamation yun. They should help in the containment of the virus. All measures that they can undertake pursuant to the medical advisories of the DOH.
Ano naman po yung naging response ng LGU leaders to the President?
Whatever the President says, they said they will follow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
In fact, yung
Joyce.
mga ibang mayors yan, like Mayor Isko, even without the directive pa, nagsuspend na siya ng klase. Nauna pa nga siya, si Mayor Toby. Meron ding mga mga events like doctors na mga malalaking gathering, kinancel nila.
Thank you, Sec. Aryan, balik na kay Aryan.
Sir, related pa rin sa COVID-19. Sir, Senator Gatchalian is calling on the Department of Education to
True.
suspend graduation rights muna kasi March na, sir. Does the palace, what's your take on this, sir? Kasi dahil daw po sa threat ng COVID-19.
We will leave it to the Secretary of Education kung anong rekomendasyon niya.
Hindi po ba ito
Saka sa mga
na-discuss
parents
kagabi?
siguro. Kung ako naman parents, siguro isipin ko rin kung anong maganda sa anak ko.
So, pero sir, hindi po ba ito na-discuss kagabi?
No, nobody raised it.
Okay, sir.
Tsaka graduation rights naman can always be reset.
So, is the palace suggesting
No,
moving?
we are not suggesting. We will let the Department of Education decide for that.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
MPC, in connection doon sa tanong ni Aryan or other matters? COVID. Okay. Francis Henry Joseph.
Sec, yung related sa COVID, yung kay Pangulo naman, kasi na-mention niya na plano niya mag-travel sa Kuwait given the COVID problem, sir. May nabigay ba siyang date kung kailan siya
Wala
pupunta?
pa. Wala siyang binigay.
We will push through with the travel kahit alam naman natin na may ano rin ang PSG na ilimit yung kanyang pag-travel or yung pagpunta sa mga lugar na potentially baka maging sa kanyang health, sir.
Knowing this president, I think he will pursue what he said.
Thank you, Francis. Henry, balik na kay Henry. Tapos Joseph.
Sec, ano yung mga na-discuss kagabi with the mayors na hindi nabanggit sa press con at hindi pa rin na ilalabas ng Malacañang?
Actually, na-discuss ng mga mayors kagabi more on the suspension of classes lang. Wala namang ibang diniscuss kagabi.
Mhm.
Yun lang diniscuss nila.
Doon sa lockdown, was it just the decision of the president or yung mga mayor, ano ang kanilang opinion doon sa proposal na lockdown?
I did not hear any comment from the mayors. Kasi yung lockdown, lumabas lang yun during the press con. Tinanong lang ng isa sa inyo kung magla-lockdown o hindi.
Mhm.
Doon lang lumabas yun. Hindi na pag-usapan yun during the meeting.
All right, thank you.
Joseph.
Kasi I think there was kasi a statement coming from Secretary Duque that this is not the time for a lockdown. Siguro tinanong siya during his press con sa lockdown.
Sir, given po yung local transmission and
Given your what?
local transmission, sir, public point of view, when they hear news about suspension of classes, tapos limiting of movement, given what had happened and pinagmeetingan kahapon, answer this question, sir. Should we be scared?
No,
Because po,
because we have the appropriate protocols for the containment of this disease. The Secretary of the Department of Health has assured us that all the established measures in tracing, treatment, testing, nandun lahat eh. Even yung mga testing devices, meron na tayong mga darating. Tatagdagan yung mga nandiyan na dati. Pagdating sa pera, we were assured by the Budget Secretary, we have the necessary funds.
sir, with regard to tracing, no? Is it possible, sir? Kasi I think as much the DOH can concede as much, no? Medyo kulang tayo ng testing kits, no? Testing kits po, parang kulang.
Yung
We only have
testing.
2,000 testing
Pero
kits.
meron ng
Augmentation.
darating.
Okay. Sir, is it possible na there is a COVID case na hindi pa na-detect ng DOH na pag-alagala and continues to...
Everything is possible. Dahil yung incubation period yun, 18 days. Ang iba, wala pang symptoms na lumalabas.
Mhm. So, ibig sabihin, sir, my point is, hindi may way ba to aggressively look for these cases?
Hindi ba yun nga ang ginagawa? Yung tinatawag na contact tracing.
But you have to start with a patient, right?
Correct. Saan ka mag-start? Wala ka
Yun nga.
namang, how will you start?
So paano, sir, kung halimbawa, ang question is, how do we limit the spread? Contact tracing pa rin.
Kasi
Especially if you have local transmissions na.
unless na we have so many testing centers and every one of us will volunteer to test ourselves there.
That's the only time.
Yun ang
Okay.
MPC, Sam.
Pero maganda yung suggestion ni Secretary Duque. If you feel, or yung one of the doctors, if you feel something is wrong with you, medyo may cough ka, or may sinat ka, punta ka na sa doktor.
Sam?
Sir, i-verify lang po namin kung may plano po ba yung government na i-avail yung loan na ino-offer ng Asian Development Bank na pool na 12 billion pesos, 12 billion dollars para po sa mga countries na affected ng COVID-19. Meron po bang plan yung government na to make a loan from
I will ask the President on that. Ngayon ko lang narinig yan.
So sa ngayon po wala pa pong plano yung government to
Hindi,
loan.
ngayon ko lang nga narinig. I will ask him.
Sige po.
Salamat sa MPC. Question? At Tina.
Sulat nyo nga yung mga, can you list down? Kasi when I talk to the President, somehow, hindi ko na maalala yung mga gusto nyo itanong. Kung hindi nandiyan sa harap ko yung susulatin. Paalala nyo sa
Sir, good afternoon,
I
sir.
need to write it down.
Sir, kahit gusto ng presidente pumunta sa Kuwait, may travel ban ang Kuwait sa 7 bansa kasama ang Pilipinas.
Pwede naman
irerespeto ba
pag-usapan
natin
yan,
sir?
government to government. They can always exempt
So,
the president.
we will request them to exempt President Duterte to allow
Siguro, pag
him to visit.
halimbawa, if somebody of the ambassador calls the head of Kuwait at sinabing the president desires to go there, o sige, ayos. O, di ba? Sila lang mag-uusap niyan.
Thank you, Tina. Follow up, Jen. No more MPC? Follow up? Chris?
Sir, may panawagan ng TUCP na sa mga manggagawa na magkaroon daw ng flexible work arrangement.
Karoon ng ano?
Flexible work arrangement,
Flexible.
sir. Yes, sir. Telecommuting, remote work from home schemes. Posible rin po ba ito sa mga government employees, sir? Para po daw sa COVID-19.
Ngayon ko palang narinig yan. But I think pag-aralan natin. We'll study it.
Okay, sir.
MPC. Follow up, Ms. Jen.
Sir, is the President open to probably extending the suspension of classes beyond March 14?
Ang sabi niya, di ba, tingnan natin yung magiging epekto ng suspension. If there will be a dramatic increase or mahinto natin, so tingnan natin. Then we will decide.
So, pwedeng possibility.
Ha?
It's a possibility to extend.
Hindi pa natin alam kasi question mark yun. Tingnan natin kung anong resulta.
Okay. MPC? Okay na. Julie? Balik tayo kayo sa mamaya.
Sir, kanina
Yes.
you mentioned that more of class suspension yung na-discuss amongst the mayors kagabi. Were there other measures na pinarating po sa mayors natin on how they could locally manage yung COVID-19?
Wala. Kasi yung mga measures, alam na nila yun eh. Kasi they listen to the DOH regular briefings and advisories. So they're adapting that.
Sir, the DOH has been criticized for not giving out enough information about yung sa mga patients na confirmed to have COVID-19. Like, citing the example of Singapore na they really publicize yung where the patient went or yung mga whereabouts niya for the past few days. Magkakaroon po ba tayo ng directive sa DOH to be more transparent than it is now? Especially na people are concerned about catching the disease.
Hindi totoo yung criticism na yun. Yung sinasabi nilang underreporting, how can they report kung di pa nila alam? At pagdating naman doon sa mga sinasabi lang di nila alam, hindi kayo siguro nakikinig sa mga briefing. That is precisely why, remember yesterday, I was appealing to all media outlets na ilabas nyo yung mga briefings, advisories ng DOH para makarating sa tao. Kasi kung limitado lang dito sa press briefing nila, kung hindi nila napanood tapos hindi uulitin, dapat constant. Kung tulungan tayo sa radyo, sa mga TV stations.
I think, sir, yung criticism was over yung details of the contact tracing. Like, for example, patient A,
ito yung naging whereabouts niya for the past few days. Kumbaga, not like other countries na nilalabas yung ganung details. Dito sa atin sa DOH, parang medyo limited po yung information when it comes to...
Kasi kung wala namang ilalabas, paano? Paano maglalabas kung wala? Kasi contact tracing, you will have to first interview the patient. Sino bang mga na-contact niya? Ang pangalawang ini-interview nila yung mga parents at or family para malaman kung ano yung naging lugar ng mga pinuntahan niya. That takes time. Yung iba, I forgot the country. Parang nilalabas nila publicly. Para yung mga alam na, uy, that guy, I was there. O, di magbo-volunteer na yun. Pero dito sa atin kasi, merong batas, privacy law. In fact, I raised that kahapon. Kung pwede natin gawin. Pero hindi pa, although that is an exception to the rule, pero sabi ni Presidente, sa ngayon, baka hindi pa natin kailangan.
But cannot we do that here, sir, despite the privacy law? Kasi syempre, may public health emergency na nga po eh.
Sa ngayon, according to, but I talked to Secretary Duque. In fact, I talked to him 2 hours ago. And I reiterated that probability of them doing it. Kasi ako, may emergency naman tayo eh. Baka titingnan na. You will give me an answer within the day. They will study it.
Thank you, Julie. Mag-last 2 na tayo. Okay. Okay. Follow-up. Sam, sige, follow-up muna kay Tina. Follow-up doon sa tanong ni Julie. Okay. Henry, follow-up. Tapos Tina, last 2.
Secretary, kasi si Secretary Duque may binanggit na yung Japanese man traveled to the Philippines at nagkaroon ng COVID. Sabi niya, checked in at 3 hotels in Metro Manila.
Okay.
Ngayon, yung inihiling po ng ating mga kababayan na hindi ba dapat sinasabi kung saang mga hotels ito for the sake of transparency na rin at nang makaiwas sila kung saan man po itong mga hotels na ito. With all due respect, doon sa mga may-ari po at doon sa management ng mga hotel na ito.
Kaya ang problema nga, pinapasok nila yung privacy law. Yun ang binabalansin nila. Tingnan natin, kasi gaya na sinabi ko sa iyo inulit ko yung suggestion ko kagabi during the meeting. And Secretary Duque said they will study it.
Kasi may binanggit na siyang 3 hotels na nag-checked in eh. Hindi ho basta dumaan lang. Checked in at 3 different hotels.
O tingnan natin kung ano magiging desisyon nila mamaya.
Alright. Pero hindi ba natin pwede silang i-compel na i-divulge itong information kung saan po itong mga hotels na ito? For the sake of transparency, because si Presidente rin ho, gusto niya maging transparent ang DOH eh.
If you will ask me as a lawyer, we can. Pero binabalansin nga nila. But I think they will study that. I have already made the suggestion.
Binabalansi is, ano yung binabalansi?
Binabalansin nila yung privacy. Kasi baka, pag sinabi mo, baka naman lalong mag-create daw ng panic. Baka mag-create ng panic. Maapektuhan naman yung establishment. Di ba? Pero kung if they can trace kung saan siya nag-check-in, kung saang kwarto siya, saang floor, saan siya nagpunta, malalaman din nila. Matagal nga lang.
Sek, yung binanggit ninyo as a lawyer weekend, is that the opinion as a lawyer only or as a spokesperson and chief presidential legal counsel?
As a lawyer. Kasi in fact, the president, when I raised that last night, tama siya. Naniniwala siya dun sa na pag may national emergency, pwede yon. Pero hindi pa raw. Kumbaga, we have not reached that level. Pag dumating tayo dyan,
Opo, pero binanggit na ninyo, we have crisis. We have declaration
Oh,
of...
pero may mga degree kasi ang crisis eh. Sa pananaw ni Presidente at ng DOH, hindi pa tayo nakakarating dun sa level na kailangan gawin natin yon.
Alright. Sige po. Thank you.
Okay, mag-last question na tayo kay Tina. Okay. Tina, last question.
So sir, kailan tayo darating sa panahon na mas lamang na ang public safety sa privacy rights ng pasyente?
Siguro if there is ang pagkakasabi ni Presidente, there's a dramatic increase in cases. Medyo may problema na tayo doon.
Dramatic increase is like 10, 20, kasi kahapon 10, naging 24, 100%. Ilang percent?
Ay, kung ikukumpara mo naman tayo sa ibang lugar, sila hundreds eh. Tayo, wala pang less than 30.
Sir,
Di ba sa mga iba, hundreds eh. May thousands na nga eh.
Opo, sir. In the previous declaration din po ng Presidente, sa Boracay, in-invoke na rin yung public safety. So, ngayon, hindi pwedeng agad i-invoke din ng... Although may state of emergency
Kaya nga may
na,
proclamation,
why can't we be
ini-invoke niya nga
transparent?
public safety.
Even without identifying the patient's direct name, pero yung mga places where they've
Na ganito
been...
na lang.
Sir,
Let
ano
us
bang-
not, siguro, tinitingnan ni Presidente yung sitwasyon and he will respond to it pag nakita niya. Cautious ang Presidente kasi. Hindi siya, he just does not act on a whim. Pinag-aaralan niya. So let's wait for him.
Sir, pa-clarify rin, sa mandatory reporting, sa hospitals lang ba yon o anong role ng mga barangays? Meron kasing perceived
Kasama yun, pati
underreporting,
yung
sir.
mga LGUs, they have to report.
LGUs na tapos wala sa ospital lang. Paano yung nasa bahay lang nag-treat, hindi nagpa-ospital? Baka maging may mga symptoms ng ubo, lagnat, pero hindi nagpapa-ospital. Paano, sir, kino-consider yun o ina-assess yung ganong cases?
Hindi, kaya nga hindi ba, ang advice pag you feel na meron kang cough, o sinisinat ka, o nagdadiarrhea ka, ay punta ka na sa doktor.
Pero kung ayaw nung patient, anong tao, sir,
Ba't naman ayaw?
can the
Meron naman
government
tayong
now
mga,
force
meron
to
tayong
use?
mga health centers na libre. Meron tayong mga government hospitals.
Sir,
Libre yun.
Sir, dati kasi sabi ng DOH, kino-convince lang nila eh. Ngayon, under the proclamation of the President of State of Public Emergency, the powers of the police and the barangays, they can now forcibly take these suspected patients away from their homes and bring them to the proper hospitals for treatment.
Alam nyo, pag meron kang sakit, gusto mong magpa-doktor kung libre naman. Hindi mo na kailangan pilitin. The parents, members of the family will certainly welcome that. Napupunta ka ng libre para makakita kung everyone, siyempre, is concerned with his own health. At pag merong nakitang sintomas na ganyan, na sinasabi ng DOH, siyempre, concerned ka. At kung meron ka naman pupunta na libre, ba't naman hindi ka pupunta? You don't have to be forced. You will welcome it.
How about addressing yung stigma, sir?
Yung alin?
Stigma, sir, being a COVID-19 patient. Oh,
Hindi naman kung ako ang biktima, I will even ask them, publish my name kasi hindi ko alam kung saan ako nagpunta. Kawawa naman yung ma-infect ko. Ano na may stigma doon? It's a disease. Kung na-infect ka hindi mo naman gusto yan. Sino mo may gusto doon?
Maraming salamat, MPC. Maraming salamat, Yusek Rocky. Maraming salamat, Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, Secretary Salvador Panelo. Balik tayo
Importante, hindi tayo infected dito.
Balik tayo sa
ngayon.
Radyo Pilipinas People's Television.
Pero yung isang staff ko yata, biglang punta ko sa ospital.